Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We offer stories of infidelity, betrayal, and redemption. Please like and subscribe. Cheers. Now, on to today's story. Online Journal Day 63, The Wonderful World of Estrogen. Been a while. Sorry I have not updated the journal. Things have been interesting here as my Amy is now with me in my parents' home. It has been a major adjustment. Where do I even begin? So the very first thing to deal with was the living arrangement. It was decided that Amy would stay in the guest bedroom. We couldn't get a hold of Bast, so she couldn't stay in his old room, and Paris and occasionally London stayed in Danny's old room, and I don't think it's a good idea to stay with me in my room, so guest bedroom it is. Guest bedroom is small and on the first floor. Used to be a sewing room. Amy isn't a fan of it because it isolates her, but I'm not going to ask Paris to switch rooms because Danny says that would be an awful thing to ask. She eventually got used to it, and says she's cool, but I can tell she's unhappy about it. I'm getting a front row seat at how girls can be friendly and kind of bitchy to one another at the same time. Paris has told me that she is happy to see Amy and I working on our issue, and she's been supportive, but she's also kind of, I don't know, possessive. Amy and I have spent a lot of time together and she has been requesting a lot of one-on-one time. London has been cool hanging out when we all hang out. I'm actually happy cause that's at least one of these women I can beat at Mario Kart, but Paris has been moody with London and passive-aggressive with Amy. It didn't start out that way. Paris seemed determined to get along and include Amy in things we normally did together. Walking the dog, going out on the trails, even playing some of the video games, but Amy has been uncomfortable with Paris spending so much time with me, and the more Amy has kind of pushed for it to be just the two of us, the more Paris has started to get a little pouty. With that said, my main struggle is not throwing my wife down and ducking her till she can't feel thoughts no more. I've kept that particular struggle to myself, but at least my dad is aware. He says it's important to maintain my distance from intimacy right now as we explore what it means to try to recover from what happened. I've been talking about it in my private therapy sessions, but my therapist and Amy have been pushing for couples therapy, and I'm not sure if I'm ready for that. There are at least a few little adventures I need to write on. An entitled parent situation with London's ex-boyfriend's mother, and his late hilarious attempt to intimidate me with his brother. I can't really write about that situation in too many places. I will say he managed to make a terrible mistake taking a swing at me. You do not assault a man who is as pent up as a damn Puritan. Whooping his ass would have been cathartic, but instead I just took the punch, picked his scrawny ass up and walked him flailing and kicking down the driveway and tossed him into his raggedy ass Jeep. His little brother, or whoever the angry bald-headed duck was, didn't do shit. Probably because my dog was gonna maul his ass if he tried. Mr. Chad kicked me in the thigh a few times, but it was like dealing with a child in a temper tantrum. Paris filmed it and said if he didn't get his shit together I was gonna send it to his mom, show her how good of a guy he really was. Diet's changing a bit. Amy's being a sugar Nazi. I'm cool with her, not as angry as I thought I'd be, but I do get kind of resentful when she asserts her role as wife. I know I shouldn't feel that way, cause I only do it when it's stopping me from doing something I want. It's taking a little work. Amy thinks Paris is sweet, but a little clingy. But is weirded out by London. Paris gives her the anime little sister vibes, but not too hard that she's bothered by it, but she says she thinks London has a crush. I told her London is trying to prove that she isn't the bitch I think she is, so she's been working really hard to be good to everyone, especially me, but she says there's something in the way London talked about me when they were discussing my altercation with Chad that made her uncomfortable. She can't tell me exactly what was said, but says it was how it was said. The wistful look on her face. Amy and I have been scarily normal other than that. I'm not sure how else to describe it. There's a weird normality that I wasn't expecting and it makes me a little uncomfortable, but I cannot tell you why. We have been doing a lot of talking and sharing with each other, and it's been going well. Either way, that's my update. London and Paris both could be struggling with a bit of possessiveness because they are both invested in you and both feel that they need you. It doesn't mean that they have crushes though, but they could very well feel as though they have some kind of claim on you, and Amy might resent other women, regardless of if they are related, feeling that they have a claim on you in some way. I get a mild red flag feeling about the normalcy too. Slipping right back into wife mode and acting normal makes me cautious that things don't get swept under the rug or kinda blow over like they never happened. I was under the impression that you both would be starting over as though you were strangers, or at least as though you were both single. So the idea of slipping back into old routines and mannerisms makes me wonder about that. I actually don't feel that it is disrespectful to have Amy in the spare room until you can either get hold of Bast or at the very least let him know you're gonna use his room. Paris has been staying there long enough to kinda be living there now, so it seems rude that she should move. I'm not American though, so maybe it's a cultural thing, I don't know. How long is Amy staying for? Will you both go home together? Don't you want to have some couples therapy under your belt before you cohabit? I'm not even sure if you are ready to have her in the same house, but I guess you're sure of finding out, haha. Good things here, even inclusive of the awkwardness. Surely Amy's bedroom situation can be improved. The current setup sounds disrespectful as hell. I think it can. I wanted to ask if they'd mind switching, but Danny said it would be rude. I also think if I could just walk across the hall and be in Amy's room at night, that no sex thing I'm trying would go right out of the window. I can't even express to you how fine she looking right now. I mean, that's just Danny's opinion. You could definitely just ask London, not like she should be treated like a guest of honor here. Hope you've been telling her how hot she is to you, given that was the root of her issues. Words of affirmation. Maybe jerk off before you tell her though, smiley face. I've been tampered with it. I'm afraid to praise her looks and make her feel like she's beautiful now that she's lost weight. She was always ducking beautiful. That can always be specified. I agree with a lot of what Grieve said. Be wary of things going right back to normal. You did just spend 2 months apart because some messed up shit happened. Letting it slide now would be the last thing you should do. As you said in another post, she has to earn back the wife title and everything that comes with it. I believe you said that marriage was over and you were going to have to build a new one, not only because of what happened but because you now have an understanding of your wife's issues that you never had before. Either way, you don't want to let things settle back to normal so soon. Honestly, I'm a little surprised as to why Amy is living with you now if you aren't doing MC. Obviously she's going to be a distraction since you mention having sex with her about 3 times in your post. I also think it would be disrespectful to ask Paris to move since she's been there a while. Please don't rush into MC. Stay in IC for as long as you both need to. If Amy can't say exactly why she did everything she did and have a strategy in place to make sure she never repeats that behavior in the future, then it's not time for MC. I have the same questions as Grieve. Do you think there should be some MC before you two go home together? Is Amy just visiting? If so, for how long? Good luck. We hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Please comment, like and subscribe. Cheers. Have a wonderful day or night, wherever you are.